Erin Fitzsimons. Erin, thank you for
having me today.
Coming to our program. It's fantastic to see you here, to see you doing yoga.
So I started with what we call Anusara yoga, and I first did a yoga immersion. So it was an intense yoga study, a self-study, learning the practice, learning not really to teach it yet, but just feeling that I was connected to yoga myself.
Yeah.
And so you do that first. And then I was lucky enough to do my teacher training in Bali, in Ubud, Bali, in Indonesia.
Beautiful.
And it was beautiful. I went for about 6 weeks, and it was an intensive study with an amazing teacher. Her name is Bridget Woods-Kramer, again, also from Anusara. And I did my teacher training there, and then came back to London, started to settle in, and then started to teach here. Started working at Fitness on Fire at the beginning of the year. It's a new studio. It's just now kind of starting to really find its footing, I think. We've been having, more and more people come there. But I love teaching yoga. I love doing yoga. And it's very rewarding to see students come who really get something out of it, who feel better in their bodies, who feel more connected to who they are.
Yeah, so that the part of the healthy food, the healthy life is also running, is also yoga, is also Pilates, is also swimming. It's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah.
But for people who doesn't like walking or don't want to go into the swimming pool, I think yoga is the best option.
It really is. It is. It's like I said,
it's good for the back.
It's really good for the back. It helps with posture as well. You find that your abdominals are start to get stronger, so your core gets stronger.
Yeah. It hurts as well.
It does. That means you did something. Yoga has been shown to help pregnant women in a lot of ways. We use a breathing style in yoga. Well, when we do our yogic breathing, what it does is it signals to our nervous system to tell us to relax. So we have this in and out through the nose breathing, and it just brings a slow, easeful breath that helps the body just to feel calm.
Ahora vamos a invitar a Erin para que nos haga unas poses.
This one is really good for the hip flexor. So we call this Baddha Konasana. And we just press our feet together. We let the hips come open, splayed out, just like this. And then if you're comfortable sitting this way, then you can just start to forward fold over the legs and just let the head just hang down. And this is really good to start opening the hips. A lot of men have trouble with this one. So what you do is just take the feet wide, and you're just going to forward fold. And just let everything hang, and then hold onto each elbow. Now, as you forward fold, pull the belly in, and then just let the head hang heavy. And then just hold it for about 10 breaths. So that's the first one. Then when you come out of it, you're going to want to roll up really slowly. Let every vertebrae move. Let the shoulders come back. And then the next pose we can do is what we call downward facing dog. So you'll place your hands. You're just going to step back. You're going to push into the hands and then take the hips high. Now, one for pregnant women, this is called bridge pose. And so you'll lie down on the back, and you'll take your hands, make sure that the fingertips can touch the heels, and the side body is long, and then you just start to lift the hips up. And then we take the hands and we clasp them under, and then lift the hips as high as we can. And pregnant women can very easily do this. It helps to build strength in the hamstrings, as well as it opens the collarbones and the heart. Another good one for pregnant women is for the hips. And they'll cross the leg over. We call this threading the needle. And they'll take the hands, and they can either grab here behind the thigh or here in front of the shin. And if they're very, very pregnant, then it might just be that they're here. And what it's doing is it's stretching all the hips, also stretching the lower back through the psoas. And then they'll hold it, and then they can switch sides and hold on this side, doing each leg. So the two that I find are the best is first plank pose. So you'll come press your hands. You'll come to the toes, and you're just going to hold. So here, what I do first is I soften between my shoulder blades, let my chest come down, and then I really engage my core, making sure that my lower back isn't swaying. And then I just hold here for as long as I can. Press back through the heels. And a pregnant woman can do this as well. And just holding here. Now, if you want to build arm strength, you can lower to Chaturanga and hold.
That is a difficult one.
This is a difficult one. And then we press up, upward facing dog. You know, yoga is not a competition. It's really more about a journey within yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you will grow in your own practice just by practicing. The only person that I guess you can be with is yourself. So for a back bend, what you'll do is you'll lie down on the back. And again, this is great for strengthening the back. It's really good for energy as well. Make sure the fingertips touch the heel. The sides of the torso are lifting. And we take the hands and we place them behind the head. Now, once your hands are placed, shrug the shoulders away from the ears and come to the top of the head first. Then I take the head of the arm bones, plug them in and down, and press. So one, we call this Rickshaw or tree pose. So you step into one foot, and then you can take the first, if you're first starting out, you can just place it at the ankle, and then bring hands to prayer. And just find a space or a spot to look at. And then maybe you bring the arms up. And then once you've kind of gotten that, then you can place the foot into the thigh. Place the hands. And then take the arms up. Yoga is actually a form of meditation. So when we come here, it's about going inward. So we're taking our focus from away from the world and we're focusing inward, finding the spirit within, finding the connection within. And that, the yoga practice helps us prepare our bodies to be able to sit and meditate.
Thank you very much. Como pueden ver, nuestro programa lo pueden ver en nuestro vídeo en aculcoradio.com y estaremos con ustedes. Con nuestro próximo invitado. Muchísimas gracias. And if you maybe tell the people where they can find you, where they can go and see all this.
Okay. If you're in West London, I teach at Fitness on Fire. It's the Fulham branch. And I'll be there every Sunday from 11:30 to 12:30, from 3:15 to 4:15, and from 4:30 to 5:30. Also, if you live in Southeast London, I'll be at Breeze Yoga in Beckenham on Tuesdays at 11:15 to 12:30. I'm also available for private hire as well as group classes, private group classes. So come do some yoga with me. I'll see you on the mat.